Hello, this is Dana Arcuri. I am an author, speaker, and coach, and I've had many people come to me who are aspiring writers, and they're asking me, how did you write a book? How did you write your first book? And how did you write all your books? And so I wanted to have a video that could just share a little bit about how I did this and how I could help you write your own book. And so the first thing I wanted to say is, you don't need to have a college degree. And, that could be probably the biggest excuse that many writers could have, is just saying, I don't have the college education. I don't have formal training. I have no idea what I'm doing. And so people could just keep that from writing their story. And I wanted to say today that in my own case, I thought for many years that there was no way on earth that I could write a book. And even though I had gone to college for journalism, I ended up shortly leaving that field and going into a totally different industry and spent 25 years in a field that was unrelated to writing. But the cool thing is this, even though I was in a field for 25 years, doing nothing that was like writing, it actually can make a great story. When we start thinking about our life experiences, and I'm not saying as a writer, I'm just saying real life. Start thinking about real life. Say you're a mother. Say you're raising kids. Say you adopted a baby. Say you got married to your high school sweetheart. Say you decided to just take off and go live out of this country and move out of the United States and become a missionary worker. Say you started your own business. I mean, all of these make great stories. When we really think about life, all of it makes a good story. I mean, for crying out loud, you don't even have to go far. I bet you could even write a fiction on your neighbors. Shh, don't tell them. Use a fun name. You don't have to use the real names. But anyways, what I'm saying is, everything makes a great story. So let's just begin with no more excuses that you need this wonderful education, because while it's great to have education, you don't need it to write a book. So step number one, get over that you may not have the training. Another number two is, okay, why are you not writing your book? And someone can say, well, I didn't go to a writer's conference. I've never gone to any writing conferences, and I just don't even know where to begin. Okay, so same for me. I never went to a writing conference. I really wanted to. It just never happened for one reason or another. Real life got in the way. So you have to reach a point where you could just say, you know what, enough. Enough of the education and the training, or the lack of formal education or training. You have to have a starting point where you just say to yourself, this is it. And you sit down and you start writing. And so I think just sitting down and making it a habit and something that you could do daily and have goals. Say to yourself, for instance, I'm going to sit down every day and I'm going to write, say, 300 words, or say 500 or 1,000 words. And, you have to set your own standards and your own goals, and what will be great for one person is not always workable for another person. You have to base it on your lifestyle and your commitments and your ability to make it happen. The one thing is, though, we have to be accountable. And so for me, when I decided 3 years ago to write my book, I ended up connecting up with a life coach. And this life coach really was helpful, because for me, I needed someone to help motivate me, encourage me, and spur me on to believe that my story really mattered. And so that's what I wanted to talk about, is because I've had this experience and I was able to write my book, and I've had many life coaches, and I've experienced how extremely empowering it is to have someone who's working with us to see our dreams become a reality. That I would love to do this, and actually I have. So I have had, it's called Writing Purposefully Group Coaching. And what that is, it's a group of aspiring writers, and it may even be someone who may have even actually written or contributed to a book, or it could be people who are brand new and they've never ever written a book or had it published. Really, everything is fine. All of those interests work. I have had people who have written books before. I've had people who have never written books before in my coaching sessions. But what it is, 30 days where we meet once a week. We have a Facebook private group that's just our own, where we could share, where I could have fun, motivational writing tips and tools. And there's a lot I feel that I'm bringing to this group, that I have real life experience and I understand what it's like to look at that blank page and say, you know, I don't know where to begin and I don't know that I'm good enough. And so that's why I'm offering this Writing Purposely group coaching, because I believe everyone has a story. I believe everyone has a passion and something that is maybe hidden away in their heart, but they know they have something they want to say. And it's important to use your voice to touch other lives in a positive way, to encourage others, whether it's something that's fiction or nonfiction. Everybody has a story within them. And I personally believe everybody has more than one story within them. And so if you are interested in connecting up with me or coming on board with you could do one-on-one life coaching, and I could help you write your book, and I could help give you all of the wonderful tips and resources. And there's so many, from the beginning stages with your first draft, to having professional edits, to formatting your book, to choosing if it's traditional publishing versus self-publishing. There's a lot that goes into this birthing a book. And the fun thing is that when you do this, when you birth that book of yours, it is like your precious child. It is. My first book, let's see, is this one, Harvest of Hope, Living Victoriously Through Adversity. This is my memoir. And if anyone wants to learn how to write a memoir, I can help you with that. And next would be, I wrote my 50-day devotional. And so this was actually a takeoff from this book. So I took the message, and the main message was hope, to never lose sight of hope. And I took that and I added new content and I birthed this book, which is my Harvest of Hope 50-day devotional. And so the cool thing is, you know, who would have thought that one book would have then been transformed into two books? But it's possible. Just like how people who write a fiction could then have a series with another fiction that takes off where the other one stopped. And there's so much to learn in the writing field, and being new can be scary, it could be intimidating, but I want you to just know that you're not alone, that I've been there, I've done that, and I would be happy to help you in either one-on-one coaching, or you could join my group coaching. Go to danaarcuri.com. There is a contact section. So fill out the contact information and make it clear that you're interested in writing a book and having me coach you through this process. And I look forward to talking to you. I know you have a great story in you, and it's today. Today's the day to be bold, be brave, step out, and start writing your book. Thanks, and have a great day.